Welcome back to CNN Election Center. Obviously, illegal immigration, border security, dominating among the issues that are dominating on this presidential campaign. Tonight, we're focusing on the next big contest, which, of course, is South Carolina, the Republican primary there, the Nevada caucuses, both coming up Saturday. The candidates face a new and different selection of voters in Nevada. Now, Hispanics there make up at least 20% of the population. And Nevada is on the front line of the illegal immigration crisis. Joining me now is Miguel Perez, syndicated columnist, journalism professor at Lehman College here in New York. Good to have you with us, Miguel. Luis Valera from the Las Vegas Chamber of Commerce. Luis, thanks for joining us. And Dan Stein, he's president of the Federation for Immigration Reform. Dan, thank you for joining us.
Good to be here.
Let me begin, Miguel, if I may, with you. The issue of Hispanic voters, all the attention that's being focused on Vegas because of the culinary workers, half of whom are reported to be, as many as half, reported to be illegal aliens. What's going on in this political contest?
Well, you know, some people call it pandering. When you come to my community, Lou, and you're a politician, and you come to the Hispanic community, and you tell me, you mispronounce a few words in Spanish, and you really, talk very superficially, and you don't deal with the substance, then you're pandering. Right. But if you're coming into my community and you're doing what you're supposed to do, which is talk about the issues that interest me, that's what you're supposed to be doing.
Luis Valera, you're getting exposed, I would guess, there in Las Vegas to pandering and to effective politics as well by these candidates. What's your reaction to the candidates so far? How big a role should we expect here for identity and group politics, in this case, Hispanic votes in Nevada?
Well, I would dare say that it's going to be pivotal to either candidate. Senator Clinton has been successful in securing the endorsement of a couple of key legislators here in Nevada. One of them is Ruben Kihuen, who got elected from a grassroots campaign. The other one is John O'Seguera, who's the majority leader in the state assembly. And I think that those are key endorsements among her other endorsements from leaders in the Hispanic community. On the other hand, I don't know that it can be overstated the importance of Senator Obama's endorsement of the powerful culinary union. That's going to be a battle royale, if you will.
A battle royale, and to what degree? And this is where I'm having a lot of trouble. And Miguel and I talk about it from time to time, and we focus on it, of course, in my broadcast. What in the world is the difference in the issues for Hispanic Americans and all Americans of any ethnicity, any national origin, any heritage? What is the difference in their interest? And why aren't they the same as anyone else's?
The quote-unquote Hispanic issues are the same issues that all Americans face. From the construction worker that helped build these beautiful buildings behind me, to the working mother who comes and turns the rooms at midday. Those folks are worried about their jobs. They're worried about the economy. They're worried about the health of the tourism industry. They're worried about making sure that their kids get a good education. Those are the same issues that I think all Americans are concerned with.
So why do we have something called Hispanic interests here? What are the can you define an interest among Hispanic voters that's different from any other American?
I agree.
Well, I think I was going to say, I think that's the gorilla in the room, which is obviously the Hispanic community is going to be a little bit more sensitive to the immigration issue, more so than most other communities, and that's obviously what it comes down to.
So we're using code words here in this country right now and in this campaign. When we're talking about Hispanic issues, we're talking fundamentally about illegal immigration. Is that right, Miguel?
No, not necessarily. I mean, illegal immigration is definitely a huge issue in the Hispanic community, but we want to know about how the candidates feel about U.S. relations with Latin America. That's an issue that perhaps other Americans are not that interested in. It's important to us because that's where we come from. It's like if when they campaign in Florida, when they campaign in New York, they're going to be talking about Israel, and you're not going to be able to tell the Jewish community that's pandering, because it is not. It's talking about the issues.
If you're not Jewish, and you're sitting there looking at a broad national issue,
it's a legitimate issue for the Jewish community. It's a legitimate issue for the Jewish community. Right. It's something they want to know about. They want to know where the candidates stand on those issues.
Or religious voting blocks, whether it's evangelicals or Jews or Catholics, the fact is, it's pandering.
It's all different. Voting blocks in this country.
Dan, I'm sorry?
It's all, everybody, everything is a voting block in this country. Well, it's the farmers in Iowa, it's the car makers in Michigan.
My point is, Dan Stein, I think we've got to rise above this. But your views, Luis Valera says, you know, the code word here is when you talk about Hispanic or Latino politics in this presidential contest, you're talking about illegal immigration. Is there anything that suggests to you?
Mr. Dobbs, if I may, though, I think it's more than just immigration.
I'll come back to you in just a moment, Luis, but let's let Dan speak to this issue. He says it's more than immigration, but that seems to be the focus initially. Your reaction?
Well, and what you see in polls in Nevada is that immigration is the major issue, and yet you don't see candidates really talking about it, not in a substantive way. So the question is, you know, what are the dynamics of the culinary union and Senator Obama? What did he promise the union in the way of, say, an amnesty program to get the endorsement? And what does it mean ultimately if, in fact, the people illegal aliens working in the industry don't vote? You know, what would be the motivation? I mean, if Senator Obama really wanted to improve working conditions for legal Latino workers, he would control illegal immigration, stop it, and induce a tighter labor market to get employers to raise wages. So what's the real motivation? It must be an institutional interest to try to actually increase, I guess, the size of the Hispanic voting bloc over time because of the poverty rates, it skews so heavily Democrat. It's a rather cynical way of looking at it, Lou, but politics is the art of pandering, I'm afraid, in this country.
All right. Well, I'm gonna fight the the way we've been practicing politics. I probably lose, but we're gonna fight it. Luis Valera, I had to let Dan Stein in for his opportunity to speak. You were about to say something.
Well, no, I was going to say that it's more than just the immigration issue. I think Hispanics are also concerned about what kind of dialogue the United States is having with not just our neighbors to the south being Mexico, but we need to start paying attention to what's going on in Venezuela, what's going on in Argentina. We need to start opening up more dialogue on those issues, and it's not just immigration.
Yeah, I take your point. Miguel's point, in point of fact, was precisely that. But hemispheric politics should not in any way, ever, in my judgment, we have ignored hemispheric relationships in politics. The idea that should be of more concern, however, I think to Hispanic Americans, you and I will argue about another time, Miguel.
Okay.
It's always good to have you here.
Same here.
Miguel Perez, Luis Valera, they're in Las Vegas, Nevada. Dan Stein in the nation's capital. Thank you all for being here.